Yeah.
Hafre, you're watching 671 the podcast. In this segment, this is Fama Pachot with Raph and Unpingco. And our guest today is Santos, Leon Girl Santos. She is seeking your votes for this upcoming election into the coming legislative branch. And part of her platform is basically one Guam.
That's the movement. That's the movement, right?
Yeah.
That's how we're moving in it.
Yes.
Is that one Guam, that unification, because we need each other. Our brothers and sisters in the Palauan community on Guam, the Chukis community on Guam, the Yapis, FAS, FSM, those are our Micronesian brothers and sisters. Micronesian Islands brothers and sisters. That's our regional brothers and sisters. Our region. The impact is great when we're together. So one Guam, but that's the movement. That's the movement.
Yes.
Thanks, sir.
Yes.
Thanks for having me, though. Really, thanks for having me. I'm situated like this because I'd like to, talk to Raph too while I'm talking, but I'll make eye contact with you often. And Zan, you're in the show too, right?
Yeah.
Right on.
He's all on.
You're the
all
center
three of
point
us
of the
are-
Right on. Yeah, very much. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
So
the center point.
Yeah.
just get,
Yeah. Usually
some
we'd have
good-
our monitor up, but it's causing a buzzing sound.
Yeah, we had to turn it off.
Yeah. So yeah, we're just trying it. We're running in blind. So
I can't even see myself.
off the bat, I guess current events. UOG just had their charter day. In fact, I got this shirt from the charter day, entering an alumni roster that people showing up for the first return of Blue Night. To the campus. Yeah.
I didn't even know it went away.
Yeah. It went away. It went away when I was still going.
What year was that?
Man,
I thought they just changed it. Because I remember going to Blue Night, and then they had a stage set up with bands and, all different types of things, and then it stopped. Last I went there was they couldn't have any alcohol or nothing on it.
Oh wow.
yeah,
I've never.
Then at some point it was completely banned. They had to go and do it at they had to go do it at a bar.
Why? Why was it banned?
People in student government at the time decided to challenge the dean, Dean Allen, if I remember correctly. He was putting his foot down because the entertainment or the subject matter that was going on Blue Night was getting a little bit too adult, and meaning there were. I mean, I've participated in some of those myself, but understandably, there are people bringing their family out, and but when it gets late at night, you really shouldn't be bringing your kids to those things. So you should.
Considering what the celebration is, right?
Considering what the celebration is, it's really more of a.
Yeah.
It really is more for the people that were building the huts at the time,
Yeah.
because they worked really hard,
Yeah.
and everyone that was practicing for the performances for Charter Day worked really hard, and they just wanted to unwind. That's what the Blue Night was,
Right on. Right on.
and they just all of a sudden made it an official thing
Hey.
where they had stages and giveaways, and there was a budget. The student government gave it a budget.
Wow.
I mean, back then when I was going to college in my freshman year, there was a budget. There was a serious budget. I mean, there was so much money because there were so many students coming to UOG. That they gave student government $5,000 just to have mixers
Right on.
every
right on.
every Saturday night.
That's interesting. I mean,
But the thing is, those mixers at that time were heavily alcohol induced.
That's what education was. Lots of funding.
Yeah,
and
it's
lots-
college
yeah,
level,
yeah.
so
No, not much.
Well, no,
but it's college though, right? You
It's,
gotta
it's
consider
college,
it.
university
It's not-
level.
right.
We're all adults, yada yada yada. But anyway, that was back during those days where Hollywood gave us Animal House and stuff. And so everyone tried to
generation,
party
huh?
like that.
That generation.
That generation, even that's my generation too.
It's
you
my
know,
generation too.
we partied like that, you know, because the movie. Here's a guideline. But
Charter Day.
yeah, Charter Day,
Blue Night.
Blue Night. Blue Night returning. That's good. It was. Have you ever been to that?
I have not attended any Blue Night. I didn't attend university here on Guam.
Okay.
But I had some college. I attended GCC.
Yeah.
And just took some college classes.
Yeah.
But that was in finance, right?
Yeah. But
Yeah. But I'm not.
Charter Day is really like the charter. It's like to celebrate the day, I guess, or the fact that the university is open.
Right. Then the
Like,
charter.
1952.
Establishing that. Right.
Yeah, and but there, it's more of like just a showcase of what everybody's doing, from ROTC to the
Art.
science lab
Science
to
lab.
art
Yeah,
to everybody.
yeah.
Everybody,
Yeah.
they get to show what they're doing. The nursing department,
Right on.
everybody
right on.
gets to show their stuff. You know.
Yeah.
So
I've attended Charter Day, and it was just this past one that was the second that I attended just freely.
yeah,
Because the first one I ever attended was with when I worked with Senator Rajal
yeah,
and Pride Clint, and that was following him around, and that was it was interesting. And then when I saw really, and we're talking to it comes back to my not necessarily platform, but just the movement is the moving around with our brothers and Islander brothers and sisters, right? And tomorrow it builds that trust, right? And the accountability amongst each other, right? You get to know each other on a personal level. That's important. But so Charter Day went, and then I just saw it. So for me, and with the huts, you mentioned huts, right? For me, it was the last time that I remember was high school. No, and that was in the 90s.
Yeah.
Early 90s, high school for me, that was when we displayed, the Tomorrow Week.
Yeah.
Now we're celebrating Tomorrow, Mes Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And the
Tomorrow, yeah.
identity of our Tomorrow people and indigenous roots on Guam, and but around the world, we've just it's so much love, man. But anyway, so Tomorrow Week in high school, that's when I realized the huts. But that was it was villages more so than no. And then when you get to college, when you get to university, you've got so many different islanders, really.
Yeah.
Right. You have the celebration of the Palau community, and it's very it's expanded. It's evolved into this big, greater communal sense, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I appreciate about it. And we're talking about the Charter Day.
Yeah.
That's what I appreciated. I went there this past 7th, last Thursday,
Yeah.
and it was just beautiful.
Where was that? Would you go?
Charter Day, UOG.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
attended
yeah,
Charter
yeah,
Day,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And granted, my goddaughter had a performance at singing Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And this is interesting, right? She's only 7, huh? And then this is her first time even getting out. She's so shy. I tease her, "Hi, Kamari, you're too shy to say hi to your Nino over at your school event," right? Just joke at her,
Yeah.
But then it's really just getting involved into her activities other than being at home, right? And being a family, right? And just showing her that encouragement. Anyway, so
We're still
asked.
We're still trying to transition out of the pandemic.
Yeah.
The lockdown.
Yeah.
There's people who still have social anxiety.
Yes.
Because they were locked down for so
Yeah,
long.
that's true.
So I mean, just the crowd when I went there showed that
Hey.
nobody wants to make eye contact.
It-
That's one of the things that's I don't know if you notice people that have social anxiety, they just don't make any eye contact.
Yeah, no, that's real.
And it's a symptom.
Well, it's that effect from COVID. It's
yeah.
true.
Can you aim the mic to your face?
Oh, sorry. How's that?
No, it's good. It's good.
Okay.
That's an effect,
Yeah.
right?
But
From COVID.
I mean, like with the schools, right? I mean, recently because this is Chamorro month, right?
Yeah.
This March is
Chamorro,
Chamorro,
no.
that's Chamorro, and I was recently
Viva
asked to go
Chamorro.
and present my artwork up at Upi Elementary, which used to be Anderson Elementary.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's I honestly I think I went there once in my entire life, maybe, but not really to present. I don't think.
Mm.
And this time, I was invited by the Chamorro teachers. I brought my artwork to go talk to the kids.
Bonito.
But on the back end of that, I mean, it was great to share with the kids.
Yeah.
By the way, and I think it would be awesome if more artists were to share with the kids. Because they really don't got anything.
Yeah. No, they're right.
So
You're right, Melo. and that's it's a lot dealing with COVID and just the retransitioning
Yeah.
for our people, really, right? And our people, the artists ourselves too. We're very. I'd like to not necessarily. We are very particular as artists, and especially being Samoa. So there's so many.
Yeah, yeah, and the thing is, like, seeing that school too. And granted, we just had a typhoon, super typhoon that passed through.
Last
really
year.
ripped up the island,
Almost a year ago.
especially in the north and the east coast.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mhm.
and you show some of those pictures. I took pictures of the
Oh, yeah.
school. And it's outside, really. Of and these are. I'm a guest, and I don't mean to
So
degrade the school or the faculty. It's just really the fact of it all is that the school is still in shambles from that typhoon.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the front door of the main office. The inside of the main office, it can't even be occupied because they still have parts of the ceiling hanging.
Mm-hmm,
You know,
You got the door open in the
door-
front.
yeah,
It's
doors
not.
right-
Yeah.
There's no repair there.
You know, and
That's what
I
it's
mean, the
saying.
main road, just the main road coming in. I didn't even know that was the main road. It looked like almost like a dirt road.
it was like the gate was
You know?
destroyed or something.
Yeah, I mean, I ended up going to the back, and that place wasn't really even taken care of. I didn't want to take pictures over there. I almost felt like someone was going to take my tires if I parked there. It was kind of sketchy, and people were dropping their kids back there.
Yeah.
So, looking at the composition of the school, I realized I was in the kindergarten section.
Wow.
I was like, okay, because pretty much all those schools are designed the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so the kindergarten section is always in the same place.
Hmm.
Because Ciel Taitano, I mean, that's the one near me. I know where
I went to
schools
elementary
the
there.
school is designed the same way. So the other thing is they're so remote. Upi Elementary is so remote that getting anything out there is really beneficial.
I mean, but talk about the way the condition of
okay.
just the front. Let's just
Yeah.
right. You see the main office. You see the main office
Yeah,
right there.
That main office, that kind of tripped me out when I pulled up.
Did you get to go to the classrooms?
I went into classroom and so the classrooms were kind of they were kind of like all the chairs were stacked on the side. I guess because they were having exercisers or whatever. But the air cons were good. The thing is, the teacher's like, I apologize, Mr. Unpingco. The way this classroom looks, I goes, to me, nothing. It didn't look like anything was wrong to me. But as I step back and look at, think about it again, it's like, this really is unacceptable the way everything is, because it really does look very third world.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the not that the cabinet doors are hanging, they removed the doors.
Yeah.
But because they removed the doors,
Dust
public
comes
health
in.
says that they gigged them for that.
Yeah.
It's like, well, they can't put it on.
Mhm.
They need hinges.
Yeah.
And also they got gigged for not having white walls on the school. It's like, you can't have colored paint?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't understand that.
Yeah.
This is a school learning. I'm a muralist, and I taught for 7 years. I painted in my classroom.
Mhm.
I don't understand what's the deal with white walls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or is this a hospital?
Yeah. Yeah.
What is that about?
Yeah.
I mean, and then the teacher said, remember when we were kids, and the teacher would put our artwork on the wall, and just hang up our artwork on the wall. I said, yeah. She goes, they're not allowed to do that anymore. What do you mean they're not allowed to do that anymore? The whole point of putting it on the wall is to praise the child for doing.
You have to do a great work.
Yeah. Well.
Who's making these rules? I don't get that. I mean, maybe you gotta take it down at the end of the year. I understand that, but I mean,
To place stuff on the wall.
Stuff it on. What?
Wow.
Something doesn't make sense. I think maybe the rules are a little bit too compartmentalized.
But the rules.
To be reevaluated because I mean some of them are very important because one of them that was
aim your mic.
was a
Your mic. Aim your mic.
Well, one of the questions that were kind of a question was, we're gigging you for your bathroom doors because they don't swing out. Like, they were built in the 70s or 60s?
Yeah.
We've never changed the hinges.
Wow.
They're metal door frames.
Yeah.
You want us to remove them and flip them around?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
it's just what is?
I mean, since when did that need to be changed?
Yeah.
Right.
But, I mean, why not? I mean, but at the same time, I'm going into the men's bathroom. I mean,
men's or boys?
I'm sorry,
'Cause
boys' room. Boys' room. This is the elementary school.
Right,
Yeah, boys'
right.
room. It was kind of freaky to me to see that they had 6 urinals and 3 of them had trash bags over them.
Oh, wow.
You know,
Yeah.
I was like, wow, it's almost like a guy in your lockup.
Piping too. Piping can be part of that reason why old piping, and we've got that.
Yeah,
right?
but they haven't got anything. They sent in the requests and it comes back with nothing. The budget's not enough.
Yeah.
It's never enough.
I was just thinking about just the reasons why they could have that, but I mean, of course, it does come down to whether you have funding for it, right? Whether
the funding is how they pay the
right?
teachers.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Well, the whatever the teachers' pay is how they decorate the room.
Yeah, you know, my mom
Because
used to be a teacher.
yeah, even my mom. I was a teacher for 7 years.
Right, you were a teacher.
It
for 7
sucked.
years.
I mean, it sucked financially.
I semi-subbed.
It was good. It was good to teach. It was good to teach. It was really nice to connect and share what I knew. But I mean, I don't know. For me, there's I understood it to be a point of diminishing return. You know, you just kind of got to move on because my dad just passed away at the time.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just couldn't focus. But, you know, teaching was great. I think, though, like I said, though, the conditions of that school, you know, was very, looking at it very third world. I mean, what's going on? What is it about?
Is there no budget for schools anymore? Why? I mean, I remember this would probably never happen when I was in high school.
So I mean,
when I was in high school, we had books.
So we're talking about right. There's been that way since for a long time too, where you've got to borrow the books and you can't bring it home anymore, or you can bring it home, but you can't like take. No, I don't even know. Please forgive me.
When I was a kid,
I think you cannot take it home right now. You've got to just utilize it at school because then the next class
there's no
needs
support
it, right?
for schools right now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean
there is, but
right?
it's not like how it was. I don't think so.
Or is that?
Because if they would have been upgraded books.
No.
There would have been current books, and each child would have a book.
Well, then the question is going to be: do you need books or do you need internet?
Because that's why they segregated kids.
Do you need internet or do you need books now?
Oh yeah, that's right. You can always go on the internet now.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I want to mention. That everything you learn from school, you can learn from the internet.
Yeah.
Well, and then you talk about internet. There's this issue that was just recent in the news where they talked about the laptops that weren't distributed.
There's
to
extra laptops.
Yeah, that's weird.
What are they gonna do with it? Just give
where
it.
Those and where? Yeah, what is that?
Does it have to be for a certain school, or can it be redistributed to another school?
Right.
Why do they need current super laptops and all they're doing is like word processing and like surfing the web?
Here's one thing that is the issue. An issue in right. Here's an issue over at GDOE right now. Is they're trying to figure out, and this was maybe in January when they're supposed to have those meetings. I'm not sure what came out of it, but the superintendent wanted to get input from the community about whether to close down to maximize the classrooms, but to a number where I don't think that it's sufficient enough time for the teacher to be able, or even just the students, because then you got one-on-ones too that you need to pay attention to, right? And I don't think that the teachers are able to give that time to all of those students like how we would normally, right? Because even just this generation too, they're I mean, granted, this is a school setting, right? And you're supposed to be sitting in, right? But I mean, even in like in middle school, I was adolescent once. And my attention span wasn't really there, but I
Yeah.
mean, it depends on how interesting the class is for you. In order for you to, that's my take. Interesting, right? For you to really pay attention and want to
Yeah.
gravitate. So one, the teacher does that. They are the ones that make you feel good enough to want to learn, right?
Yes.
They're that instrument, that beginner, for us
Yeah.
in the classroom. And so, I mean, I'd like to pass that to you. What you?
Well,
think
no,
about
you're right,
just
because
putting it
I
in.
like. I mean, for myself, I try to. I mean, I know I feel better creating content for teachers than being the teacher, because I feel teachers need tools.
Yes.
So
Important.
I mean, how many, and especially the Chamorro teachers. Chamorro teachers need tools.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I try to help them out. And I mean, just like even the math teachers, the language teachers, the social study teachers, they all need help.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's up to the community to kind of like step in.
Yeah.
The artists do that, but it's in a very small level.
Yeah.
It's kind of like soup kitchen almost.
Yeah.
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 But
Yeah, with the schools though, with Upi, right? When it comes back to, we're coming back to Upi, and
Yeah.
how disheartening that must have been for you to see.
yeah, it's kind of
'Cause
crazy.
That's just the front of the main office.
Well, at
and we're
first it
2 months
didn't.
out from a year.
Yeah.
Since
At
the
first
storm.
it didn't really bother me because just recently I can compare it to when I was recently in the Philippines. And being in the Philippines, I was near Clark Air Force Base, and Clark really kind of looked like outside of Upi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Air Force Base. It's like, okay, but I mean, you have that. It had that kind of amount of poverty.
Yeah.
Impoverished. That's in the Philippines. But not like the population, but like there. It's that everyone outside works somewhere else, or they have a farm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something like to that level, or they go hunting.
Yeah.
But there's nothing to do with the base. The base
Yeah.
is like night and day.
Yeah.
It's like everything's manicured and all that. Because it's on base. It's supposed to.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
but
Upkeep type.
but then you have the it just looks really bad. On the public side. I mean,
I want to add that's our responsibility.
it is
right?
our responsibility.
All of our own responsibility is that one Guam, right? We take it into ourselves. We really truly care.
Yeah.
But then it goes into that one where it's like, but wait, we're not getting paid, but this should be already it's coming back to us getting back into our own governmental roles.
Yeah.
And you're noticing it, that it's gotten a lot more public, even what is it? The non-profits, the organizations have really, really, really stepped up. Besides just the community members themselves with their families, the non-profits have really stepped up.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the
it's
thing is
grown
that
so much.
Nonprofits have taken so much step up that the government isn't doing anything to even what they're supposed to be doing.
Well, it's like we're filling gaps, right?
Yeah.
With the nonprofits, we're filling gaps,
that's what
right?
they're doing, exactly.
So then that's kind of sort of band-aiding it. No?
Yeah, pretty much.
It is
We're
very much band-aiding it.
and we're not
And,
addressing the root.
Yeah.
We're not
Addressing the problem.
addressing the root. So where are we going with that for our kids? Right, it comes back to elementary kids.
Yeah. And and then when administrations change, and
Speak.
and colors change,
Speak.
you gotta realize that funding changes as well. Where the source or the rhetoric that is used on those documents have to change as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that it can be benefited locally. Correct.
Yeah. The documents. It's the.
So, but the problem is nowadays people aren't thinking that way.
Right.
What seems to be, and it's because it's a custom from the States, and it seems to be silently adopted, locally.
We're rolling it. We're so resilient, bro, that we'll push, but we won't even give ourselves the credit, bro, or even deem it to where we need to address things at.
No, but it's a very self-destructive
But we don't have
business
to keep
mentality.
things- exactly. We
No,
don't have to keep
what I
things
mean is,
strong and
Yeah.
it's
prosper.
Let's
and
go.
not have to worry about
No,
it.
no. Let's run it. Let's run it into the ground and smash and then smash and grab and take what we can on the way out.
Yeah.
That's the mentality of these people nowadays. It's because that's what they're doing in the States. That's the big businesses are doing.
Yeah.
So they think that is good business practice.
Yeah.
It's good government practice to do stuff like that.
No way.
Smash
Can't
and
do
grab
that.
and take what you can on the way out.
Man. This is really.
Let's try to do as little as we can before before 5 o'clock. Don't answer the
Man.
phone, Karao.
I don't know. I mean, that's not the practice.
Why are you answering the phone?
When the first
there's so
year-
many people here.
The first year that I
I want to go home. I want to go home.
I get that, right? That's life, right? And in all the sense of just a day in a life of a tomorrow on
Yeah.
Guam, right? But so when I worked my first time working in the government of Guam, I worked in the private sectors before. It's about taking care of each other so the work gets done very quickly, but in a sense where everything just flows right and everybody's happy, right? And when I worked in the government, I appreciated that first job that I had, and it was in 2019 until 2021. From 2019 to 2021, that was our work ethic, right? It was just one ring on that answer. One ring, bro. You better answer that phone. We got to. This is our people. This is the people's office.
Yeah.
We have to. So that's what I appreciated working. And then even at that, working just for whoever I'm going to work for, I don't want to work for just anybody, right? So when Clint ran, I was like, oh man, right? We rocked on that. We pushed, and that was for our people, bro. We gave that a good, there was a great impact in our community.
Yeah.
And this is the continuance of that too. Is the impact that we have on our community.
Yeah.
It's not what I'm going to do in there on that one day or that 1 month. It's the full every day you're impacting your community and just the showing that you truly care.
Okay.
Right? No.
So showing that
So
you
just
truly
keeping
care.
keeping that mentality within
Yeah.
the government, right?
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was important for us because that's what
Yeah.
we were doing. We're serving our people.
So no, you're right. Serving your people and the government bring me to this thought.
Go.
This thought, and this is just a hypothetical question.
Hey.
Okay.
Pew, 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 pew.
So
Raph's hypothetical corner.
So this hypothetical question. Okay.
Go, Mel.
I wrote it down, and
I wrote it down.
Oh.
yeah.
We're tuning into the segment of this show where it is Raph's.
Okay, this is the topic. What if, let's say, Guam being a territory, right?
Yeah.
A territory being property, and real estate being form of currency, okay, or in lieu of currency, okay. Let's say whoever the leader is at the time, in the States, because we can't vote for president. By the way, we can't vote for president. All those that are tuning in online, and you're wondering about Guam, you think we're just like every other American. We are American. We just can't vote for president. You have to live in a state,
Yeah.
or
And we
be
are only
a registered voter in a state.
we are still one of the. Is it still five? One of the last five colonized.
We're a territory.
U.S.
and
the
as
territory
a
of the United
territory,
States.
yeah, it's
Unincorporated.
complicated. So
It's com-
yeah, it's complicated. Yeah. So yeah. I love that word. It's complicated.
Right?
It's like that Facebook relationship thing. It's complicated. Guam and the U.S.
What is that one game where it's like going all the way? What's that one game where you're at the bottom and then you shoot all the aliens coming down? What's that one? That old one. That old arcade.
Galaga.
Galaga. Pew, 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 pew.
Galaga. That's funny.
I love it. I'm
No.
surrounded by albums, old school albums of Marvel, Spider-Man.
Hey, wait.
beautiful. Okay, go.
Let's get into
'Cause
that.
we're
The
hypothetically
hypothetical,
speaking,
The
now.
hypothetical question is,
Now we're
okay,
hypothetically speaking.
Guam has property, right? Let's say powers that be at whatever time it is decide that they are to pay off their international debt, and they decide to use Guam as currency, as a way to pay it off. But they are, the rules on this one, this hypothetical. Okay, it's hypothetical. It's not like it's going to happen. I'm just saying what would happen, or how would it play out. Guam were to be reattached to the Philippines, but by sale, like Guam was sold to China to alleviate debt, and then China decides to gift Guam to the Philippines to reestablish a business relationship with the Philippines, so creating Guam into the Far Islands. There's a book actually called The Far Islands.
Wow.
That's written in the Philippines. A very interesting angle on the history of Guam and the Marianas.
Written by who?
I'll look it up. But
Okay.
it's a really good book. So now, in this scenario, the bases remain the U.S., but the civilian areas now belong to the Philippines. All civilian Guamanians are granted dual citizenship, U.S. and Philippines, but their children must choose by age 18, and their children must take the parents' citizenship. Relocations will be funded by the government. And how would it play out?
First of all, international debt. What are we talking about here?
Okay, so,
who owes who here, buddy?
So America
me, please.
borrowed money from the Arabs, and then China bought America's debt from the Arab. I forgot.
Paid
who it
off,
was.
pretty much.
Yeah, so they bought it.
Right.
Yeah, so
okay. I
so the U.S. is basically reimbursing it to China now. They don't really mention that in U.S. politics because it doesn't sound like we're a tough country. We are a tough country, yeah. But the fact of the matter is, So back to the hypothetical.
Country as in
back to the
like-
hypothetical. Okay, we're getting
Okay.
off topic.
Okay.
Now,
Hypothetically
what would
speaking
happen?
here.
What would happen?
Every time we go off, every time we go off, and like I'm gonna go pew 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 pew.
So how do you
And we
think it
get
would
back
play
on
out
track.
if Guam all of a sudden was like in about a week transition into from being a U.S. colony into being a Philippines colony or Philippines barrio or province?
So yeah.
The far would be the far province.
So hypothetically speaking,
Yeah.
right? So you talked about international debt. So that's how we are going to get transition from being the United States, like the occupied, right, from the United States, and then we're going to change occupational forces.
Yeah.
Pretty much, we're going to get recolonized by another place, and that's where we've come from, right?
I mean, I can totally see the U.S. saying, telling everyone that live here, just let us know where you'd like to move in the United States, and we'll pay for your relocation.
There's a Guam measure.
Because they've done that actually for employees.
I don't think that can happen. I don't think that not can happen. I don't think that
It's happened,
it would happen.
but
with the whatever territorial whatever status we have right now, right? Because we're going to talk hypothetical.
Well, 1898, Spain handed Guam over to, and the Marianas over to the United States. Okay,
Treaty of
they
Paris.
fought in the Philippines and elsewhere, but they didn't fight here. They just handed us over.
Right.
Okay,
Part of the Treaty
That's
of
the
Paris.
first time that happened. Second time that happened was World War II, right? Japan.
Yeah, Japan.
When Japan lost, they part of losing is they signed over. They handed Guam back to the U.S. Back their spoils of war.
Yeah.
So it's happened twice.
Yeah.
What
So let's say
Just a
hypothetically,
hypothetical.
right? That happens. We get transferred. We use this collateral, and
I mean, we still have Anderson. We'd still have.
What do you think will happen?
Navy, we still have Naval Hospital.
Wise, and then you're talking about the civilians.
Let's say
I
life.
can't. It's really difficult for me to see that hypothetically. Even.
What do you think would happen to the aspect of life?
It's difficult for me to see that hypothetically.
Because you're very because you've been brought up in the first world of America. You know.
Well, no,
and
only because I know, and I've been a part of the people who fought. At least just to get recognized that we are a nation.
Yeah.
And we should be recognized just as that.
Yes.
And a strong one, like you mentioned, we're a strong nation.
I'm a vet myself.
Yeah, we're a strong nation. I'm talking about the Chamorro nation.
Yeah. Well, you know that they're. I haven't personally connected with them, but I know that there are Chamorros in the Philippines.
Yeah. In the Philippines, man, that's another indigenous country, bro. Real. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I could see it only because I believe in independence. I believe that we can become that. I believe this is our land, and we should be already processing through this to becoming independent. And it's very difficult for me to even see that. And even think of it hypothetically.
To be devil's advocate, there's people that would say our own people who say it's very difficult for them to see independence as well. Yeah. Because they can't see anything other than being with the United States and no one else.
Yeah.
And that's nothing's wrong with that. No. In fact, we're all brought up to believe that. But the reality also is that it's happened twice.
Yeah.
We've been under Japan. We've been under Spain. Mm-hmm. Maybe not in our current lifetime, but it's happened before.
Right. You know what? In citizens, this is where I guess I can't see it. Right, is to be another citizen under another occupation in another country. Mm-hmm. Right. Philippines, I can see it, and we've already gotten. My sister-in-law is Filipino. A few of my babies are Filipino. Like I'm talking about my brothers and sisters' kids, right? And
it would just basically be a currency change, but the U.S. dollar value would still be here.
Yeah,
just like it is out right around St. Luke's. It's like when you go to St. Luke's in the Philippines, it's everything right around St. Luke's.
We'll be using pesos.
Is as expensive as it is on Guam.
And as big as the Philippines is, and with their strong indigenous, their indigenous population there, that's just the Filipino strength there, and cultural values there is deep, man. And I've made a lot of brothers and sisters who are Filipino, man, and I visited there 3 times. I love the area. I would appreciate it if it would be Filipino, right? Because then, like I said, we've already integrated with our brothers and sisters from the Philippines.
Well, we have a lot of already have a lot of similarities,
right?
Culturally. I know right now a lot of kids today on Guam will not understand that because they're very much Western media raised, and to the point where I've seen it. It's interesting to see like these kids, like they get brushed by a leaf and they're like, oh, I think I'm allergic. Like, oh God. Can you? It drains me.
It's like cringy, right?
Yeah, it's cringy. I need to go lay down.
Man, fuck.
What about you, Zan? Throw some in.
What do you think?
Feel?
I think let's say like healthcare is going to be kind of maybe better because healthcare here is a lot of capitalism going on.
Right.
Yeah. Just like let's say dental, right? If I go to the dentist's office here, how much would they charge me for an X-ray of my jaw?
Right.
$150.
Right.
Hey, guess what? In Philippines, it's free.
30, $40.
It's free, bro.
Oh, it's free.
Yeah.
It's
there's even cleaning, like even in Hawaii, it's free cleaning. I see free cleaning today. Free cleaning. Like, holy
the reason
cow.
why is it's so competitive over there.
Yeah.
There are thousands of dentists
I see
to choose from.
I see Filipino dentists that's certified or graduated, whatever, setting up office here.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, there's dentists, the mall you can go to.
Right.
Like fucking your teeth will get fixed like super easy.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not like some people, they haven't been there in years, and they're like, oh, this is like a freaking, they're using a freaking pliers or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, that's what that's what they use.
Yeah,
But then it's not like a rusty freaking what do you call that? Like tool or something. It's they're dentists. There's so much of them there. They can't come to the U.S. because when they come here, their certificate or whatever isn't recognized.
Right.
So they become whatever those doctors are. They become nurses. You know. Yeah. So that's pretty much that. That's just one things. To let's say like cost of things.
Right.
Cost, let's say like food. Where do we get our food from?
We got our food from the United States. Where can we grow our food from?
Yeah, our food will come from the Philippines now.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll go to the United States, but really,
No,
majority
that
of it's
won't
coming
even,
from-
Right
that
now-
won't happen anymore. That thing won't even exist.
Right
Talking
now,
about-
we have the Jones Act that's been working
Yeah,
against
that's
us.
against us.
No, that's what I'm saying right now.
the Jones Act.
If
It is
switch,
happening
if we
right
switch
now.
territorial countries,
Of
the
course,
laws is
yeah.
going to be
Of course.
different.
No, you
Yeah,
can't.
Jones
You
Act.
can't get any food.
So then
from
the laws are.
Philippines.
So what? Okay, let's lay out all the what's going on, right? So the Philippines, the pesos are going to be the same. So we're talking about economy and how it would be, right? In this
Yeah.
moment, right? So how would that, and then lay
It would
down just all
probably
in the
be
line.
like,
You're
With
gonna
the Jones Act is already going to be abolished.
I'm pretty
actually,
sure.
yeah, okay,
Will we still have organic act? We will still have our organic act. The government,
Oh,
so
no.
the government
No,
is going
that
to
won't
be
be-
over
they-
to
they
the
don't-
Philippines. How is that?
that
gonna
would
transfer,
be
right?
that would be up to the government in the Philippines if they want to continue the organic act with us, or if
We would love to. I mean,
or
we'd like to,
if
right?
they
That would be the
or
case.
if they
Keeping our
offer
lands,
something better
right, keeping our
that we
lands.
accept,
Yeah. Either that
or if
or
they offer something better that we accept.
yeah, because we could always turn down the treaty if anything. But you
Yeah.
know, let's say we accepted it. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
things say that would change. Things
Let's
say that
say
would
the
change.
government of the Philippines said, all right, for the native inhabitants of the island, we'll make it so that it's mandatory that your government make all your documents, your official documents in Chamorro. So if it's in English, it must be in Chamorro and also in Tagalog.
Yeah.
So you need to. We've just
yeah,
created
that's your
jobs for
culture
you.
and art
Right,
would probably
right.
be more
Yeah.
looked on.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
here not right now. You don't see anywhere. Like what he's saying the
Yeah,
other
there's
day at
no
the other
funding for
podcast was
arts, yeah.
airport doesn't even show any culture things.
Yeah, there's no
Either they
culture.
could have, they could post some guy's art
Yeah.
Of
or
course.
something, but they don't.
Of course.
They put some kind of LED screen or
Of
something.
course, of
Yeah.
course, and that comes back, guys. I mean, we're talking current, or we're still talking hypothetical. We're talking hypothetical now.
No, it bleeds
ties
into
into it
it.
because,
No, but
right?
it ties in. It
It's-
was like,
yeah.
what are the reasons? What would change?
I'm saying, yeah,
Yeah.
these,
What would change?
Like I'm
these-
saying
these
right
might
now, the way our
change,
government is working, we have to. We were talking about band-aiding things earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's we really have to look at the root
Yeah.
and really address those with the government.
Yeah,
GDOE,
even let's say construction materials.
And then, right. So yes,
Yeah.
yes. But GDOE has its problem right now with funding, right?
Yeah.
And we
There you
spoke-
go.
We touched on that earlier,
that's what I'm
right?
saying.
So with funding wise, right, and then because of the maintenance and the upkeep of it, it's very difficult, right? So that's what we've lacked. I don't know what we used to have private or our own government run cafeteria. We used to have our government run
Yep.
maintenance
Yeah.
department,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And so the things with that, and right now, and where I'm getting at with this is our government is at a point right now where we really have to buckle down and we really have to reevaluate where we're at funding wise, but really with our people and the population and just the care.
That's how it is. And but it's
system
even more
of where
critical now.
We've got to
Because-
this thing of I'm not going to talk to you, or I can't really talk to you, or please, I don't have time to talk to you, man. We have to make time. We have to make those connections, and those connections are the ones that's gonna bring us forward. And
Yeah.
we can't have any more division. We can't afford it. Not in this time. So in that sense, where towards that type of government run view that we would aspect of how it would be if we were hypothetically to be a part of the Philippine nation.
Yeah. Or
right?
even let's say not even let's say not even the Philippines. Let's say New Zealand or Japan.
Any
Any other country. I was just throwing Philippines out there.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. Let's
But-
say it's Australia or New Zealand or Japan.
Australia, man, they still got the Aborigines that they have to deal with, right? That's the
Yeah.
original habitats.
How do they treat
Inhabitants
their
of the-
natives, right?
Right. So we got to look at that.
Yeah.
Philippines, there's no colonizer. They're the
Well,
Philippines.
they do have indigenous there.
Well, and then there's
the
deep part,
mountain.
then, oh my
They're
God, there's so many
colonized by the
dialects,
US.
So many,
Yeah.
They were
But
colonized by the
every-
U.S. before.
Before Hungan, nobody
Yeah,
known,
yeah,
eh?
yeah. Yeah, no. They're
It's
trying to get
straight up.
Americanized
Well,
because
no, but there's
Marcus's
still
son is back
they
on the
still do
regime.
have a lot of indigenous in the Philippines, like the ones that live out in the jungle, up in the mountains,
Provinces.
like
Super
when they come
indigenous.
down.
Right? Very indigenous.
Yeah.
No, but they're
What's her
also
name?
it filters also into the poverty aspect because when they come into the city, now they're
It's
begging
different.
at the streets,
Right,
you
right,
know,
Yeah.
right.
and that's where it gets complicated. It's like, you know, that
There's also the population you got to think about there
Yeah.
in the Philippines
A
too.
lot,
right?
yeah.
The population is, nor is whoa. It's
yeah,
like a
it's huge.
lot.
There's a lot of
There's-
people in one place.
I don't even know
That's a
what's
lot, yeah.
I don't know how many right there are,
Yeah.
but I mean even on Guam is 160 over
and there's
160,000.
there's a lot of different cultures.
Yeah,
A lot of different languages.
True.
And they
Even
they
religions.
all- yeah, and religions. You know,
and
and
religions. But in this humongous area like Guam's is just little, right?
that's what I mean. But it would be
That
almost
type
like
of
a
inter-
gem. It would be the gem.
Yes.
You know,
True.
so they'd be
I hear
lucky. They can't afford. I mean, Philippines. Honestly, none of those countries can afford Guam
that. Yeah.
or Marianas. But I mean, I was speaking hypothetically because I mean, look how much
It's
the
a thought,
national
right?
the national deficit is in the
Hypothetical
trillions now, right?
Mm.
Or I don't know what I don't even want to guess anymore. But I mean, you never
The
know. You never know what a future leader might
Think of it.
you know, try to convince the nation that it's a good idea to do something stupid. You know, you have to just keep in mind, you know, it's kind of like owning a gun. You got to keep in mind who's the stupidest person. You don't want to give that person the gun.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all safer when the baby's not holding a gun. Pamakilo, Pachot mo.
Pamakilo patsot mo.
How far? How are we on time?
We're pretty much 10 minutes till an hour.
Oh, 10 minutes to an hour. Okay.
You can say you're ending. You wanna
Well, you wanna
you
do
want
we
to
wanna
shout
how
outs
do you
or
guys-
Well,
you wanna mention things like
yeah,
events you need to go to or something.
We have a GoFundMe for Xandro.
Oh yeah, we have a GoFundMe for me.
Yeah, he's got
The link's in the bottom of the screen. You can see it. Yeah,
he's heading out to go and get some medical work done. If you can help out, please send your money to the GoFundMe. Right, it's GoFundMe.
yeah. No, it's a fundraiser.
Oh, fundraiser. Yes, fundraiser link
Yeah,
it
it's
on
down
the
there, yeah.
on the bottom there. Let's see what else. Check out islaray.com for some wraps and other products.
Handicraft items.
Handicraft items.
Beautiful. Beautiful artwork.
Don't forget, Angie's
Beautiful
gonna be
artwork.
running. Watch for her name.
Angie's,
Please, Angela Santos.
Angela Santos is gonna be running.
yeah,
Yes.
save
This election.
one vote for her.
Save one vote at least.
There's
If I can
15.
ask you, if I can ask for your vote, I've not come out yet with any ads in any social media or whatever not, but the process is going. It started. I'm getting signatures right now on my petition, trying to get my committee together. But nevertheless, working every day because this is what I want to do. This is what I've been doing, helping our people. Our people mean everybody living on Guam, right?
Yeah.
Helping our people. This is our home. We are the inhabitants of Guam right now.
Yes.
And what we're working towards is the future, a stable future for our Famagoon.
Yes.
We are that generation. It's time for us to step up now.
Yeah.
I'm very shy. I wouldn't come out. Let's go. That's that spirit. That's that spirit.
If you'd like to comment about anything we said today, please leave a comment and like and share if
Like
you
and
can.
share, subscribe. Thanks.
Subscribe. Thanks. You're checking out also Red Skull Media. This is the 671 show from Makilo Patsotmo. I'm Raph from Unpingco.
Go si Angela Santos.
It's just Masi.
Sana masi.